Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Oxchair, on the show this evening is my mucker Albert. Evening, Albert.
Evening, mate. How are you?
I'm good, mate. Friday's getting close, mate. Battlefield was starting to, no saying bubbling, but I can feel it starting to simmer, mate, yeah?
Oh, definitely. I used to new seasons, sharpen up the stud, ready to go. You know, I'm emptying my continence drawers and I'm ready to go. Bring it on.
Here. Can we just say a big welcome to the club to young McCania? I hope I've said that right. I brought in a centre-half, was a surprise, being talked about for the last week or so. Official of the day, boy was interviewed. Welcome to Rangers. Doing some good things. We brought in a guy with a bit of potential. Good luck to him. Good luck to the club. Hope it works out. And he's successful with his, mate, and I wish him all the best.
Definitely. It's we can't lie, can't sit here and say you know too much about the boy, but you're just wishing him all the best. And, good age.
He's played against him.
He's what?
I know somebody's played against him.
Who?
Messi.
All right, aye. What's he say about him?
He said he's pretty much impossible to pass. Very complimentary, mate. So there you are. Huh?
Was he talking he was trying to kick him and couldn't he pass him, or was he talking?
Only time will tell. Look, we're brought in a centre-half. We're putting it out to you. We're getting close to the season. Hopes, aspirations, where do you think we are and what do we need? Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Same questions to you, Albert. Where are we? Are you happy? Jamie one made the press today. Looks as if he's off. Ant-Man's away since we last spoke, mate. Thoughts?
Well, the players that are leaving are no great surprise, are they? To be honest with you, they're no hurting them, but there'll not be any great loss or miss anyway. So, it's starting to slowly but surely click into place. I think we've still got a long way to go. I think we've still got a lot of work to do, both on the park and in the transfer market. But I was going to be optimistic, mate. You got to get on with it. But the leadership group's away. They've had their time. They heard of them, but they've never done their jobs. So I'm not that sad to see them go. Nice guys, they're all nice guys, probably decent people when you meet them face to face. But at the end of the day, it's about winning trophies and bringing success to the club. And they weren't very successful in doing that on a regular basis. Put it that way. Someone like Tav and all that, he'd win all the trophies. So. But no consistently enough. Suter, was it one trophy with Suter as well? Butland, one trophy. Was he in the League Cup team that won the League Cup with, what do you call him? Big Belgian manager, Clement.
I'll check that out for you. I'll check that out for you, mate. I'll check that out for you. The team that won that.
It's. I think we've still got a lot to do. I don't think we're anywhere near finished what we need to do. Mm-hmm. I don't think McInnes is settled with the squad he's got, albeit he likes it, but he's not settled with it. And it doesn't look balanced, does it? It doesn't look quite right.
We need a left back, centre-half and two wide men, mate. That's what we need, just to have a proper football squad.
I think we need a proper playmaker, a playmaker stroke attacking midfielder. All you've got in that department really is Asgard and maybe Lyle Cameron. Or Jamie was the other one, but he seems to be away. So that's all you've got. In my mind, that's all you've got. All the rest of them is muchness.
Well, Mr. Fox, you know how shrewd he is, mate. He's tipping that the Serbian boy will be more a playmaker than we realise. That's Mr. Fox's tip, yeah.
I hope so. I mean, I don't know what he is, to be honest with you, whether he's a defence. I'm imagining, because they're on about number 6s and all this carry on. So, but I hope he is. Yeah, well, Southside was talking to him today, and he said there's a video of him juggling the ball at the training. I didn't see it myself, enough he says, but it was quite impressive. I know juggling doesn't mean you're a good football player; it just means you're a good juggler. But there you are. Let's hope he is, mate, because I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what type of player he is. I don't think any of us knows really what type of player
No,
is.
we don't know we see him, mate. We don't know if we see him. Yeah.
That's exactly right. We've seen the two friendlies, the St Etienne one and the West Ham one. And the St Etienne one was, I don't know. We won the game. I was happy with that. We walked up winning the game. But the West Ham, I seen improvement. I definitely seen improvement in the team regarding they were more solid. And some of them actually looked if they wanted to play the game and woke up for a change, you know what I mean? But I was quite happy. The game wasn't much, it wasn't as bad as everybody's shouting about it. I thought it was an alright game. It was no brilliant or anything, but it was okay to watch. And I thought we played a lot better than we did with St Etienne. So that's progress, mate, and that's the way it should be. Slowly but surely, game by game, you get better and better. Are we ready for tomorrow night? I think we are, but I think it's going to be a challenge because they've got a run on us competitive game wise. They've got a run on us, but not to be feared, is it? It's not really to be feared.
No, I think it is the only run, mate. When we play in Europe next week, then we play the following week. That's us. There's no shouting balling after that, mate. It's a week in front. Yeah, after that goes quite quickly for me. Yeah.
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 Aye, it does. You catch up quick.
Can I? Maybe I get it tomorrow night, but no excuses. Listen, for our discussion's sake, mate, we'll assume that Barjami's gone. And if it's speculated that it turns out to be true, mate, that's about £7 million we're brought in for they two.
That's not bad.
Rumoured to be, if it all falls into fruition, and I'm speculating on Barjami. But I just want to give you some stats. Based on league games, yeah? Just based on league games. The two guys, Ant-Man and Barjami, and I'm not going into why or whatever, and injuries and all that, we'll just give you some stats. The two of them represented and started in 25 league games over 3 seasons. That's 2 seasons for Barjami and 1 for Ant-Man. And contributed in the league, because you can go on about other, in the league, they contributed 4 goals, mate.
That's poor. That's poor, isn't it? That's you're up against. This is the things that we're saying. People are in there getting wages, they're no contributing things. I mean, this is exactly and the stats are there's more like that in the squad, but we've got already a lot like that as well. But it's just we've been banging on about it for long enough, saying there's too many collecting salaries and wages in there and doing nothing, absolutely zero, and not even an attempt to that I could see. Trying to get in the team. It's not like the manager doesn't like him. He's no. They don't even seem to be upset that they're not getting in the team. Most good players just batter doors down and start kicking up because they want to play. Their players don't seem to bother. Quite happy to sit in the stand, nice and comfy.
It's nobody's fault. Not getting picked, being on the bench, not getting on, being used as a sub, but just starting between the two of them at 25 league games out of what? What's that, 114, is that right?
Yeah.
114. Yeah.
That's 25 between them.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, isn't it? Okay. 2 years for Barjami and a year for Ant-Man. It's no good reading, is it? It's and I don't think the two of them are bad players. That's the thing about it, mate. I didn't think Matondo was a bad player, and I didn't think Roof was a bad player. But they're not contributing. They're not on the part where you want them to be. They're not even champing at the door to get on the part to where you want to be. It's not that you're saying, oh, they're duds and they shouldn't have been there anyway. Some players have been really good players, but you can't see me. Dujo Sterling's another one. He's a good player, mate. Like him. But he's not good sitting in the stands. He's injured all the time. This is what we're talking about. We can't afford to be doing this anymore. You can't carry that amount of players that's not contributing.
It's just, when you see it with just the numbers, mate, it's pretty frightening, isn't it?
It's shocking. It's absolutely shocking, mate. It's you sit and you wonder if anybody at Ibrox is doing it now, and the management staff saying, "I'll have a look at all these stats," and shaking their head and saying, "We need to do something about this. We really do need." I know what I mean with the guys there, the guys sitting there, the guys in the training, talking to them in the training, talking to the medical staff, just saying this. But there's a lot of players within football, it's not just at Rangers, who float about all these teams, just picking up money. And then they run out contracts in one team and they just move on to the next team, start it all over again. Plenty of players. But if you look at an average lifespan of a professional football player, especially one like that, 10, 12 years, if they get 3-4 contracts out of that, that's them. They're happy. Happy. On a sliding scale, but still happy. Look at Matondo. Look at the money that boy's been transferred for over his career, and he's done practically nothing. But the money he's on is fantastic. Roof's the same. So aye, it's one of these situations. It's football. It's the way the business is run. But you need to see if they're in the club and you're paying that kind of, you need to make it awkward for them, mate. If they're not wanting to play, they're not going to get treated like royalty. And that's what's happening in the background. They're getting a cushy, comfortable life, and it's well paid.
The point I'm making, Albert, is nothing personal against the two guys, but they'll walk out the door and the league campaigns will not even notice they're missing. Yeah, I don't mean that to be nothing. That's no personal. Just on the pure numbers, mate. Yeah.
True. I mean, you probably can count them one over the last 10 years. Players that have left our club that we've missed. That's a fact, mate. But just for doing something on a part, they too. Plenty more like them.
And that, listen, I've not seen anything that gets me excited about Ant-Man. I have seen moments with Barjama, you think, oh, that guy's got good technique, superb top draw technique. I've also seen him being a ghosting again, So if we've done that bit of business for the two of them, obviously we're waiting to find out. The Barjama one we announced last night. It hasn't been confirmed yet. Maybe there's talks going on. Maybe we're more than one party, you never know. So the boy's got time to make up his mind because the ball's in his court, mate. Totally in his court. So if that is true, we move on. And then obviously it's wages as well, Albert. That's two more wages after bill, after books.
Exactly.
So contributing next to hee-haw.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Barjama is a really good player, mate. There's no doubt. Anybody that buys him and gets him playing, I've got a good player in their hands. There's no doubt about it. Why he's not playing at Rangers? Well, that's up for a debate, isn't it? But the fact of the matter is, the boy is a good player. He's proved it. I've seen enough in him to say, you're a real. It's like Asgard, isn't it? You see Asgard's a good player. You see he's got the touches. It's just contributing now. It's actually putting on a game, and keeping involved in games. Barjama's the exact same. Too many of these flair players are like the wingers. No? I mean, wingers blow up hot and cold. No? I mean, that's just wingers. No? I mean, that's the way it is. 1 minute they've got you sitting on the edge of your seat. Next minute they've got you pulling your hair out. You'd say, have you ever seen a ball before, son? It's just one of the things. They're flair players, but sitting in the stand, that's not acceptable for me, mate. I don't care who you are. Even the boys, see the young boys. I'm saying the same to them right now. Why are you sitting in the stand? Why are you no battering the door down? Do something with me. Get me out on loan. Get me a team. Get me playing. I want to play. If you're not going to play me here, play me somewhere else. But get me on the park. That's what I'd be shouting and bawling, because they're not learning nothing sitting in a stand. And anybody that's sitting in a stand with the money with Tondo and roof on, it's a disgrace. Earn your cash. Earn your money, mate. But just do something. But again, it's injury, innit? It's these famous injuries that nobody actually finds. They can never find what's actually the problem, the real problem. Anyway, I'm going on too much about them.
You can't help bad luck, Malmucker, you know what I mean?
Aye. Heard
Right,
that before, aye.
We welcome the big boy in, and we wish him all the best, Big McCanya. Might be good on the ball, time will tell. I'll say it again, mate. Left back, now centre half. Whether these are signings or loan players, only time will tell. Two wide players, Then we've got a first-team squad under Derek McKinnon's, and there's been a lot of work done. One in that, I think, whoever we go for might be dictated by who leaves the building, mate. You know.
Well, that's the thing. How much do you think we've actually spent so far?
About 10 million, mate.
I was saying under 12, aye.
Mm,
And we'll
10,
get
11,
told
10, 6,
we'll get,
6,
but
4 and
but
1,
we get
11 million, mate. 11 million. 6 on
we'll,
6 on the goalie, 4 on the midfielder, and a mil, I think, on Robbie McCrory, the boy McCrory.
Mhm.
Yeah, Robbie.
Right.
Ross
Ross.
McCrory. Aye, so a million, then the rest free. And obviously, as I was saying to GB last night, Dan Neil might be free, but the transfer you're paid, the wages are higher, mate. So you don't, there's no such thing as a free signing, mate.
No, but your transfer money we're talking.
Aye, but 11 million, I would reckon in transfers. Yeah.
Right, so we get told we didn't have to sell him to buy him. Right, so if we're waiting now to sell somebody to buy somebody, that doesn't make sense. Where's the war chest we get told we had right at the beginning of the season? So to me, see the money they're bringing in for these players, that's plus on top of the money they already had. As far as
you wouldn't have speculated getting money. If I'd have said to you this time last week, we're going to get X amount of million for Ant-Man and Barjami, what would you have said to me?
Oh, you would have said no, you're not going to get any money for them. But the fact that we have got the £7-8 million in for the players that we've sold on at the moment, where's the rest of it?
Well,
maybe, I don't know. I don't know what we're hanging about for people.
Maybe
I knew it is.
Because if you take the X amount on Butland, but imagine there'll be no money swap points there. They'll just take the money off what we owe them. Yeah. But
so we got our goalkeeper for £3 million.
Aye, basically. But obviously, Jack's brought in 3, and these 2 boys in the last week, and we're saying the Barjami one's not done yet, but potentially £7 million. So you're pretty much at a neutral stage, mate. So we'll see what happens now going forward if we do go further in and go heavier, mate. But there's no guarantee. You sign a £5 million, 10 million, 15 million, 20 million pound, it doesn't mean he's going to be better than a £2 million player, mate.
No, no guarantee that would. You'd expect them to be, but there's no guarantee they will be. We've seen that many times. There's other clubs have seen it as well.
Oh, and we've forgot that it's up to 14 million. We just spent 3 million a day, yeah? Can you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. You know,
but
so
it's we're doing okay. Still no overly excited with the squad that we've put together. But I'm just hoping.
Two decent, consistent, wide players, mate. Yeah.
Aye, but the big thing for me is the squad knits together and become a team. I want the team. I want to start to see the team rather than just going, oh, we've got individuals and this is a brilliant player and that's a brilliant. You like that? Of course you do like that. But I like the team. The team comes first. You get the team knitting together, the whole squad knitting together, then you get a chance. And every tournament you're in, you've got a chance. If we're going to play as individuals, well, for no chance. You're just going to get what you've got for the last few seasons. You just get a team of individuals running about, no doing much.
I don't think your manager can do anything else but get a team. I think that's his style, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's his big plus, mate. That's the thing I'm looking forward to the most. To be honest with you, mate. To see it all gelling together, to see them all pulling in the same direction, to see it's all right. Easy games, or so-called easy games, or you're how comfortable in a game. It's when the back's against the wall. I want to see what's going to be happening then. I want to see who's winding who up, who's digging in, who's going to make the difference. And it's not all about brilliant football to make a difference. It's about getting involved. And I don't mean just running about kicking people, but you need to get involved. That's when you know you've got a team. It's an 18 game. We didn't play well, but we won. That's it. You go. That's a good sign. When you're winning, when you're not playing well, that's a good sign. I know people want us all to play this sparkly, brilliant Brazilian type football, but it's not going to happen, is it? Because
You think that's a myth, mate? When people look back with the blue tinted glasses, we make good sides, consistent sides.
Aye, of course it is, mate. Of course it is. We ground out a lot of results, a lot consistently. We're grinding results out, and you're sitting saying, you look back and you think it's all hunky dory, and we didn't. We great teams that were just winning 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 3-1, the thing scores like that. Everybody thinks that when Gascoigne and Laudrups and all these type players were in the team, were running about scudding people 5 and 6-0 every other week. We weren't doing that at all. That's professional football for you, mate. It's not easy at any level, at any country, at any tournament. It's difficult. Yeah, we all know that. We see it week in, week out ourselves. That Mo Block carry on gets all the praise under the sun. But it's the easiest thing to do in my book, to stop another team playing football. That's the easiest thing to do, mate. That's the easy bit of football. The actual creating bit and being a good football team and winning games, that's the real difficulty. That's the stuff that gets praised. All that, oh, they're well organised, oh, they know the dark arts, they're good at this, that's just negative. It's all negative stuff to me. I'm not interested in that side of the football. But you got to face reality, mate. It's the biggest part of football, isn't it? That's what everybody sees. That's what you get in every game with every team. But it's no good. But it's not easy to grind these results out. I'll give you that. It's not easy. It can be done, but it's not easy.
I think your point about building a team and getting the team and getting the bits and pieces together, I think it's a lot to ask to be perfect. He's just walked in the door, and if you get momentum and then and players kick on for you and it works, you can get a boost, and then you go where it goes, and then you can look to improve in the next windows. As I said, that I genuinely think we're 4 players short. The first team squad, mate. That's another centre half and 2 wingers and a left back. Now there might be somebody comes out the pack. Somebody the left back, the young boy that they're all looking at the under-19s, and somebody said, "Listen, we've got a gem here." No, that happens, but it doesn't seem to happen that often for us, mate. But at the moment, that's what we need. And then we've got a first team squad, then we'll see where it takes us. And the things have improved dramatically. I still think there'll be some players leaving the building. Obviously, Raskins be ticked. I think your Lyle Cameron's maybe even Finlay Curtis could go on loan again, mate. It'd be surprising. I think there's still going to be some movement yet. Big shooter will be gone as well, mate. So if we get some money in for John, that turns out to be a clever bit of business, because we extended his contract for a year, looked after the player and get some money in a few weeks later. John's happy, we're happy, everybody's happy. It goes with our best wishes. Carry on regardless, mate. So, which is if he could go, I'm not saying we'll get fortunes in. Obviously, the young Northern Ireland boy, the winger.
McCausland.
Ross McCausland. Jeez, McCrory's McCausland. Oh, I think we got all the MCs right, wouldn't you? But
Rory's and Rossies.
Aye, so if he goes away, we wish him all the best as well. And if he gets a move and he goes and plays football, may put his elbow, goes with our best wishes. So all these things, and it's wages and a bit of money in. It's all positive in some respects, and then they build the squad. And there's not as many people as you. It's one of your drums, mate, that you bang. Too many people hanging about.
Well, that's my big bugbear. You look at them all, they're all hanging about, all drawing wages, and they're sitting and saying nobody's contributing. It's no good. It's no good. But you've got to be optimistic. I'm still optimistic for the new season. I'm always going to be optimistic for the new season until something dents my optimism. But you've got to be into it. You've got to be happy. At least we've done business. At least we're trying to build a squad, and it's good stuff. What's still to come? Well, I agree with the positions you're talking about, mate. So we'll see what happens with them. There's speculation about a winger already coming in. So the left back, the boy, is it Prentice or
Penrice?
Penrice.
That's been rumoured all summer, isn't it?
Aye, and for all accounts, it was. He was at Livingston, that boy. And then Martindale kept saying about him. tipping him. Is that the same boy I'm thinking about?
Aye, that's the same boy. Same boy went to Hearts and then he got his move.
Aye, so he was tipping him right for the start when he brought him in. And one of the things I remember him saying about the boy, going, couldn't believe that any of the big clubs in Scotland were looking at this boy. He said, stick out, absolute stick out. And then when he put him into Livingston, he was everything we thought he was going to be and more. So, for all accounts, we're interested in him. I don't know how much truth is in it. You never do you? But, aye, so he's for left back. And I heard somebody saying about him coming in, they don't want to bring that quality of player into Ibrox to be a backup. There is not going to be any. See the squad the way it is now, there isn't anybody a backup anymore. Everybody's got to contribute at some time in the season and more regular than you used to think. No, I mean, apart from like the goalkeeper, everybody else is going to get rotated. Everybody, without exception, they will all get rotated. So you're needing good quality players to rotate into the team. So if the boy Penrice is that player, and it puts pressure on Romans to be better than he already is, well, so be it. That's the way it's got to be.
I said if somebody, I've liked Romans, I don't think he's been fantastic, the bounce games, yeah, but I'm not judging him on that. And obviously picked up a knock at the back end of the season, but the times we see him, he showed that he looked as if he had something about him, and if he goes with that form and kicks on, if the other guy comes in, gets a jersey and keeps it, because he's playing well, no problem with that. It doesn't matter if you like somebody, if you don't. If somebody's doing better, they're in the team, mate.
That's it. And that has been football for the time it started, mate. Whoever's a better player and playing better within the team keeps the jersey, and that's the end to it. But this modern game, it's too many games now to say that's a hard fact, because there isn't. I don't know any player that can actually keep up to the schedule now that I've been asked to, especially the good players, the ones that are internationals as well. I mean, I really don't. I don't see any player starting up to that. No, you're not going to have a long career if you keep this up. 60 games a season, sometimes over 60 games a season. It's a lot of football they're playing. People just think, well, it's not that much. It's only twice, 2-3 times a week. That's not that much. It's not just the physical stuff; it's the mental stuff there as well. I think there's too much football, but that's another argument for another day, I suppose.
I'd be right in the way with the international breaks, the whole thing gets concertina. I don't think helps, mate. Yeah.
Aye, that's exactly right, mate. That's exactly right.
You have a break traditionally August, September time, maybe October time, and then it's mental in December. In Scotland, I know. Scotland, bad weather, December. Strong possibility, mate, isn't it?
It's not been known, is it, really? So you can take the chance. See the price as well. I mean, all these games, see the price. I mean, fans have been asked to just keep forking out money, and it's no cheap. It's no like, it's only a fiver to go to a game. It's not too bad. £30, £35, £40 at times to go to a game. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money to be able to keep asking.
I'm going to tell you something, mate. I watched the thing. I mentioned it on the show. I don't know if it was the last night or the night before. I had a bit of time in a fun documentary, a wee bit about the Buffalo Bills, who are meant to be one of the most passionate MFL supporters. And it's quite a working class tune, if you like. It's no rich like some of the cities in America. Go and find it, mate. I'll not go into it too much and see what they're paying, mate. It would frighten you.
Aye.
Frighten you, yeah.
But it's at the end of the day, in the football terms, it's getting nigh impossible, isn't it?
This is impossible, mate, and that's that's how maybe people are going to have to think long and hard of where we go with it again, because well, just find 5. It's about 20 minutes. It's the fans about the new stadium, etc. Yeah.
Aye. Oh, have a look.
Yes.
And then you get this international stuff, I mean, they want to play more games, pointless, useless games. Now they're wanting the World Cup every 2 years.
No, I think that's fail. I think that's fail, mate.
I think that Bampot runs it should follow. No, he's a Bampot, aren't you? He's wanting to sell it at half. He doesn't own football, mate. He thinks he owns it. He doesn't own football. He's no right to sell anything off. But anyway, that's international stuff. That's
Man. Anyway, come and join us. Give your thoughts. Are you happy? We know we need more players in, but the window's still get, well, a month. We'll say a month to go now, Albert.
Yep.
So you might be targets that you maybe wanting to get, and the other team are waiting to get somebody else in. They'll not let them go till they get their targets. There's a lot of pieces sometimes to fall in a transfer. It's like buying a house and a chain, isn't it?
you've just got to wait, haven't you? It's got to be patient. And then you can run out of time. It's happened before. You're patient. Then the person you want, you don't get. No time to find somebody else. Too late. So you've got to have. I think the basis of the squad at the moment is fine, mate. It's fine. We need creativity, of course we do. But if this is all we have to go forward with, I think we're fine. We'll get good enough to get results, mate. Absolutely good enough to get results. So the rest of it now is finishing touches, I would say, if you can get them in, and a wee bit of cover. But we'll also go cover in the team, because look, your centre halves, there's other players like Dylan McCoy can do a job at centre half, and if push comes to shove, one of them can move out to the left hand side as well. So we're no as bare as we think we are, but we still like a wee bit extra, a wee bit more cover, a wee bit more quality in as well.
Aye. Listen, I don't know what's going to be quality and who's quality, mate. When Romans come in, we bring him in, he's Belgium. I know nothing about him, mate. Nothing about him. I think he looks I'm not a bad player. Look, this season might start and he might be stinking, because it's happened before. Or somebody who's been stinking turns out to be fantastic for you. It's just football, isn't it? I hear a lot of positives about Asgard, for myself included. A few weeks ago, would have been happy if you left the club. So we're fickle, mate. We're fickle.
Well, he's coming off the party there against West Ham, and I don't know what's going through your ear. What was going through my ear is, hope you're not injured, son. And you're right. 4 weeks ago, you're like, right, get him a taxi out of here right now, man. I'll pay for it. Just get him out of here. But you did see there's a bit of talent in the boys. You can see there's talent. It's application, isn't it? And McGuinness is the right one. If you can't get motivated under McGuinness, there's something wrong with you. It's time to go.
Yeah. I seen a clip with McCann coming in at the side of the training pitch watching, and the way he greeted McInnes, mate. It's just, I've said it before. There's just a good fix, a good fix, and a good vibe. Whether it translates to results, only time will tell. But so far, there just seems to be a different mood, which can be important, mate.
Definitely. There's two. What I've seen about some of these players, not so much the ones that have been here, maybe the exception of Sermiti and Big Fernandez, but there is, they don't like to get beat. You can see it, they don't like to beat. But the guys you're bringing in, I think they're right in that wheelhouse, mate. They just don't like to get beat, and that's what you need. That is exactly what you need. And this is what we've been needing for years, to get players in there who give a monkeys. It's not that case. Well, just one of the games. I just couldn't get it done. You walk off that part with some of these guys, I think you're in for a battle in that dressing room. It's not acceptable. They'll not accept it, and quite rightly so. We don't accept it. And we haven't been accepting it for years. We had to stomach it, rammed in your throat, and you're sitting there in the stands going, "This is dire. This is dire." It's different. You walk off the game having a dire game, winning it. It's worse if you're drawing it and getting beat, walking off the park going, that was dire, that was hopeless, and you're getting beat. But I think we're developing a team of winners now. I hope so, mate. Time will tell on that as well. We're only speculating here because we don't know. Nobody knows. So we'll see. But I'm optimistic.
If you're optimistic, I'm happy, mate.
Aye, so what? It's the best you're going. There's nothing else you can say. We can sit here and blow smoke up people's back ends and just say we know everything about. You don't know anything about it. We're all just hoping now. But aye, I'm with you, mate. The fit looks right. Everything looks right. McInnes was my cup of tea. But if he can build a team, which he's done everywhere else, and he can gel a team well, I'm in. I'm all in for that one. And he'll know. The good thing about him, he'll know suffer fools. If you're not going to be part of the team, you're gone. You're out the club. You're not going to get left hanging about, being a pain. He'll just move you right out to the side. He'll marginalise you and put you out there and say, you're sitting out there till you actually leave this club because you ain't going to be part of this. And that's what I'm talking, making life awkward for people that are not contributing. If you don't want to contribute, that's fine, but you're not part of the club then. So stone over there or do your training, whatever you want, but get out of the way. Get your agent to get you out of here. So I think McInnes is that type of manager. I don't think he's going to let anybody be bigger than team. The team is everything.
Yeah, and that's hard, mate. That's where you need a bit of luck, and that's where I'm not having a go at Ant-Man. Say personally, he came in, started brightly, faded away, then get an injury under a manager that nobody was playing well. He got an injury, took him out for a few months. That's and starts never really get his place. And we talk about Danilo, mate. He get his jaw smashed and then he get his leg stamped on. Not his fault. So we can't always blame recruitment for some of these players not working out. There is factors, but when you just take the stats and what you're talking about, pure value for money, for turning up for the work and being available for selection, or getting in the first team, mate, because that should be your aim as a player, isn't it? To get in the first team, not to be sitting on the bench, get in the team. Yeah.
Aye.
So we'll be let down, but you need that bit of luck, mate. You can sign 2 new players and they can run into each other the first game and the 2 of them are out for 6 weeks. But you just need that bit of luck. You need that bit of gel. You need maybe a combination that works that you never seen. That he might have his 2 centre halves and he matches them by accident, and it works better. And he ends up with a pairing. His first choice pairing ends up better than and it was just by accident. These things happen, mate.
Big Papak's a good one for that. Signed as a centre half, ended up playing at left back, a brilliant left back, absolute brilliant left back. Consistency. It's you're right, mate. You never know. You just never know. Aye, as far as I'm concerned, it's looking good so far. It's looking good, and we'll see where we're going to go with it. But I am with you, mate, with that. You never know. Accidents can happen. People can move about the park, and all of a sudden they play better than some, because it's nuts, isn't it? It's just football's nuts. But I like what I'm saying. I must admit, I do like what I'm saying. It's money well spent so far, I would imagine. We'll ask me in 6 games' time, we'll say, was that money well spent or not? And I hope it is. I really do hope it is, mate. Because their profile as well, I mean, they've not went for that one type of profile at the time. Young boy, a lot of potential signing. They've brought experience into the team as well, which was badly needed. So we've got that in the team as well. So a good mixture there, a good mixture. We'll see what happens with them. We'll see they all gel together, which you hope they are. And according to them, you listen to any individual speaking, they all say the same thing. It's coming together. It definitely is coming together as a team, which is good sounds, mate. It's good sounds. Get up to Dundee is a good test, actually. Get up to Dundee United, that'll be a good test, because like that big trumpet's going to line his team up. It's going to be, let's see if we can get a quick goal and then just frustrate them for the rest of the night. That's what's going to happen up there. So that's why he sets his teams up. They're always tough to beat. But not impossible.
They'll come out the traps, mate. Yeah, they'll
definitely.
Come out the traps, so they'll be.
And I just found out they've signed 10 players as well. They've
I think
10 new players.
I think most Scottish teams are like that now, mate. There's a lot of these teams are not getting out. We get 3 and 4 year contracts. There's a lot of years and 2 years now. Yeah, because they can't afford to be left with with guys no contributing on 3-year contracts, just the exact same conversation we're having, mate.
Yep, that's it. It's a sad state of affairs, but it's a fact. And they're right to do it. I'm not saying they're wrong. They're right to do it. You've got to protect yourself and say, I'm not going to pay somebody for 4 years. But after 6 months, I know he's a dud. I mean, saying, well, no. So, I've only got 18 months to pay, or 16 months to pay, 18 months to pay his wages. That's if I don't get him out. I've got 2 transfer windows to get him out before his contract expires. So, you're definitely right, mate. It's got to be done, and it's. I mean, put it this way: see, the league turns out the way it turned out last year, as overall, no the result. No, the referees, no, that getting involved with the results. No, I mean, no that side. But see the actual competition all the way through the season. That's what you're looking for, mate. That is genuinely an interesting league to watch now. That's an interesting game now, rather than this 2-horse race or the last 15 years, near enough a 1-horse race. Every year they just win it and that's it. End of story. Nah. Last year showed you. And see that spinning the players around every year, every 2 years? It seems to be working because some of these players that are coming in and playing for these teams are decent players. They really are decent players.
Mate, if you're 6 months into a contract, you're playing with Murrow and you're playing well, mate, you might get a move in the summer with a year left in your contract. Murrow will have got to sign you cash out and you might double your wages. Yeah?
I can get a 3-year contract somewhere.
You're playing to get the next contract. Whereas if you've got your 6 months in, you've still got 3.5 years to go, mate. Sometimes people get comfortable.
No, sometimes it's all the time I see. You just see them, they go off the boil then, and it's just it's time to move on. But anyway, to get back to Scottish football, whatever they're doing, they're making. I mean, Motherwell played good football last year. Hearts were playing. Hearts. I don't say they're playing brilliant football, but they're getting the results. You know what I mean? So there's 2. We gave everybody a head start and then try to catch them. You know what I mean? They didn't manage to do it. So it was interesting, mate. It was really interesting to say, oh, this is a bit more enjoyment because you're not going to guarantee the results every weekend. You just know, oh well, we know the certain results. Then the rest of them just fight it out for whatever the scraps they're getting. That wasn't the case last year. It was good, man. I don't know about you, but I thought it was a good league race up to the end. That was when authorities took over.
Well, yes. Well, if it was horse racing, it would have been a stewards' inquiry, mate. Yeah.
Oh, definitely. You're up the jockeys club with that one, mate.
we would have accepted our 3rd place, mate, because we done it to ourselves. Yeah.
Oh, I have no complaints where we ended up. That was self-inflicted for the beginning of the season right up. But no, we have no complaints. As I said before, we've not got a dog in the race. But we have a dog in the race now because McInnes is our manager. But for the overall result, that was Hearts' fight and Motherwell's fight. That was going to have to do with us. But there you go. I'm not going to go over that again, but that's the facts, mate. Are you on mute?
We're heading towards Friday night, and it's a big game, mate. It's always a big game, the first league game of the season, mate. And it's people say it's only 3 points. Aye, of course, but all 3 points are important in a league title. That's how a league campaign. You don't want to make it hard for yourself than you have to be. So it's important we get a start. We've not done it for 4 years, mate. We've not won our opening league game for 4 years, mate. And I want us to win this, win our next game, and be sitting with 4 after 2 games to be sitting with 4 more points than we had this time last season, and build that momentum, mate. Am I asking for a lot?
No, absolutely not. It's asking for it is one thing. Realising it's going to be difficult is another thing, and knowing it's no impossible is another thing. So that's what I'd be saying to them. Look, we need to go up here and win this game. It's going to be difficult, but not impossible. So go up and win the game. You're the better. Well, we don't. I'm saying they've got 10 new players. You can't say, "Oh, you're the better team," because we don't know anything about their players. But playing for Rangers, you got to take that. You got to have the Rangers effect, and that's what's not been happening in these games. We don't have the Rangers effect, but we need to build that. You need to build that into the team, and 3 points starts it. You've got to start somewhere. You may as well start at the first game of the season and carry on for there.
Yes. Aye, do the listeners agree? Give us a call, 01413561972. Big game Friday night. And do they agree with me and Albert? I'm a centre half, a left back, 2 wide men, yeah? And then we'll see where it takes us. I get Albert, in an ideal world, you get what would you call it? A modern number 10, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
We'll see where it goes with what we've got in the building, yeah? And I think we're pretty much there. Yeah. All right, we'll be greedy. A centre half, left back, 2 wide men, and a number 10. That make you better.
Aye. Well, the number 10, this famous number 10 that we never seem to get.
Mr. Fox thinks that's going to be Shanklin's role, mate. Mr. Fox thinks that there'll be strikers playing up front and Shanklin will be sniffing about there and then making up the 2. Yeah. That's what he's predicting, mate.
Aye, you might be right, because I was tipping Shanklin to play well with Miovski. I think that'll be a good pair. I think Chermeti and Nadiri are a good match as well. But realistically, I think everything's going to revolve around Chermeti. Shanklin's going to be on the park most of the time, I think, but no as an out-and-out striker, as Fox said. I think he will play striker at some times, but he'll definitely play more as a number 10. I would agree with it. I think that's what's going to happen myself, because he has got a football brain. He's a goal scorer, no doubt about that, but he has got a football brain as well. And we have been lacking acuteness. No, I mean, that you know what I'm talking about. It's not just he can play, but it's acuteness. He's got that side with experience. You get that, and he's definitely got the experience to play it now.
Hello.
Oh, evening, Carl. How we doing, mate?
No bad. How's yourself?
All right, mate. All right. What's on your mind, brother?
Well, I just hope we don't make a fool of ourselves tomorrow night, because I feel Derek McInnes is under a hell of a lot of pressure than any other manager has been in the last 5 years. I think there's a hell of a lot of expectations weighing on him, you know.
Is that because he's one of us, Carl?
Yes, and because of the reaction of every single supporter, you know, and because he's one of us, and I don't know, he's just, God, I'm hoping and praying that nothing happens tomorrow, you know, because I can't see. I'm still wondering where the creativity is, Ox, you know, the same as yourself.
Aye, we get it. We're short in a way, Dennis. We know that. Maybe Gassama might come into form and make us all. Well, it's all better.
If Gassama turns up, you know he's got the boy when he's on his game. He's exciting, and he can take a goal. I won't say so much about creating goals, but he can definitely take a goal. So he might turn up. You're hoping he can turn up and shows what he's got. Even Curtis shows what he's got. Asgard, definitely. If he's playing and plays to his potential, you know what I mean? It's unbelievable. The boy is a talented player, no doubt about that. And he has got the brains to open up. Funny enough, by the way, see that tackle he got and he landed in the ball and hurt himself. See if he actually does his job right and plays Shanklin in. He doesn't take that injury, mate. He just doesn't take that injury at all. And that's the bits we're talking about, the creativity. Play the pass, play the right passes at the right time. Everybody rattles on about this, but it's true. It's like there's nothing truer than playing the right pass at the right time. So that's the critique. That's what I see, Cal. That's what I'm vote for the creativity. You've got Gassman hoping to be his own again. And that's it. It's a winger.
We need consistency. We don't need 1 game, 3 games. No, we need 2 games, 2.5 games. You know, we're going to have 6 out of 10s or 7 out of 10s every week. Or the team, you know, in ratings.
I think the manager's made that. Point, Cal. But sometimes
it's all right. The manager making the point. It's the players turning up to do it.
No, but the manager said that the highs in the Rangers were good last season. They were very good, but there was too much of a peak and a trough. Whereas
Aye.
you want that, you want, of course, you want the highs, but you don't want to go for an 8 to a 4. When you fall, that should be an 8 to a 6, mate. If that makes sense, Albert.
Aye,
Sorry,
definitely.
Calvin, you come, mate. Then Albert.
No, you're right. That's all I was going to say. I want to say something else. I'm up in Glasgow next week, so if you tell any of your boys, anybody saw in Denison area on Tuesday, come into Bristol and I'll buy them a few bevies. I'm only up for a couple of days, you know.
Is that's Tuesday the 4th?
The coming Tuesday, I'm going to get back in for the European game, you know.
Or the game in that's the Tuesday the 11th.
No. Tuesday the 4th, I'm up. Next Tuesday.
No, wait a minute. Let me just get the fixtures up, Calvin.
I don't even know when the fixtures are, but I know that's when I'm up.
Right, let me just get it right, mate. So we played Dundee United, then we're away on the 6th of August, mate, and then we're at home on the 9th of August.
Aye, the 6th of August, that's the Thursday.
Aye.
That's a Polish team. That's how I've got to. I leave on the Wednesday afternoon, so I'm back here in the morning.
Sorry, the home ties on the 13th, mate.
Aye, I know the away game's the 6th, but I'm still going to watch it in the telly. You know, it doesn't matter. Home or away. But
anyway.
you know, it's wonderful hearing you back on the air. But some of your banter's pretty good. You know, it really is. I like having a wee chuckle to myself now and again. You know.
Guys like you make the show, Cal. Honestly.
No, see, guys like you make the show because you're comfy to talk to. You've got to remember that. You've got to remember the ones that people talk to are comfortable talking to people. That's a whole different thing.
We've all got opinions, mate. And sometimes our opinions don't. People don't agree with them.
You've got to accept opinions, Ox. I don't agree with every opinion I hear, and I don't even agree with my own opinions at times. Because I'm a Rangers supporter, you know what I mean? And my opinions change fully-nilly in 2 games. But as I say, best show on the telly. It's the only one you can get talking to unless you've got a computer and paying £40 a month or something to get to talk to them.
Good point, mate. Good point.
You're right, mate, and that's how we want to keep the phone lines going and people phoning in.
I wish more people would phone in, Ox, you know. See, I don't want to become a pest because I know I can be a pest. Believe me.
Oh, no.
I've been told that all my life.
All bears are pest, you know.
I don't think so. I think the guy's good. And so's the other one. Bridgeman's good. Excellent. AK's alright. Big Stevie's alright. Kilmarnock's good. Robert's good. These are all good. That Hawks guy's a bit dodgy at times, you know. Your lips are suiting me. Right. Okay. I'm going to go, but please, other people, if you are listening to the show, phone into these guys. They're not going to bite your head off because you say something different to them. All right. Right. I'll hear you tomorrow.
All right.
Right. I love you and leave you. All the best. And still remember, we still are the people. Always will be.
Good point, mate. See you later.
Cal Cunha made a point. We have a meeting. We get together before the season starts, and we were talking about how the phone we pay, and that we don't. It's paid between us, and we don't ask for any money, and we're paying for the phone lines. And we want it to be used. As simple as that. Yeah, we want it to be used. We don't want it to become a podcast. We want it to be used for people to come on and say the words, and we get it. We're not here about trying to make money, and that's people are entitled to have their own podcast and do their own thing. We're not going to go to any other Rangers platform. We're just talking about ours. Use the phone lines. Some people don't go on. There's nights when people don't go on when we are busy, but use it because this show's on now for the majority of the season every night, and it takes a lot of commitment, especially for the 2 guys that run the technical staff, Albert.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. The platform's here for the support. It's your platform. It's your voice we want to hear. No, you don't want to hear us rattling on the time. We want to hear you,
No.
what your opinion is. Open a conversation, get it off your chest. Good points, bad points, don't care. Get your opinion in.
I'm all better. If you get any problems with your love life, all better. I'll put you straight, mate. Southside DIY, you know. It's all there, mate. It's all there. But anyway, I'm glad Carl raised that because we talked about it only a week ago. But anyway, we've been joined by Gary. Evening, Gary. Good to hear you back on again, brah.
Evening, gentlemen. How we doing?
Aye, good,
Oh,
mate.
yeah.
Starting to get excited, mate.
Aye, no, been listening to you. I literally tuned in when you're talking about the Buffalo Bills, mate. That is insane over there.
Mate, I nearly fell off my seat, mate.
Yeah.
To get a new seat, to get your seat, to transfer it to the new stadium and get your season ticket for the year for 7 games. Normal seat for a normal punter, $10,000, mate.
Yeah, and people pay it. And it's insane in there. You'd think, like we used to talk about it that night as well, and when I came on, the conversation had passed by, but I went to Tottenham Stadium about 2 years ago, and you know what amazed me was the price of stuff was quite cheap. It was still it was £5 for a pint. But I didn't think that was bad. Does that make sense inside a stadium like that?
No.
And like, you know, chicken and chips was like £6.50, £7. And I was in but out there, mate, out in the States, like you're talking for a can of beer, just a can of beer, like a pint of beer, and it comes in a can, it's $20. $20. I remember we went to a baseball game, the New York Mets, and it was 2 steak and cheese sandwiches and two beers, and it was now on 50 quid, mate.
It used to be cheap. It used to be cheap in the States. The days are gone, mate.
But anyway, no, I'm looking forward to it. It just makes it's coming in here. That's your point. That's what you're talking about. It's coming in here. It's sneaking in. And the only reason it sneaks in is because the owners know how much the clubs mean to us. And like you were saying about this is international football, this Infantino, right? See his way approaching the international game and thinking FIFA belongs to him and he can sell off shares and interest. And that's the way club owners think. They think this club belongs to me. It doesn't. Every club belongs to the fans, because without the fans, you don't have a club. But because they think, oh, hold on a second, I've got them on a hook here. I can charge what I want. And they won't bring it in straight away, but it's that decimal point just moves to the right ever so slightly.
There's a tipping point, mate. There's a tipping point. It's like back in the day when fags became £1 a packet, £1.50, £2 a packet, you know. There's a tipping point, and people deserve better. You know, and it's got to be proportional to what people earn. And they're not there to make people billionaires and multi-millionaires, but they're there to make them wealthy, but there needs to be a balance struck, you know.
Yep.
But, anyway, we could go on about it all day, and I'm sure we go into politics, and people don't want to hear me talking about that. I'm even worse than that.
No,
I'm even worse than that in football.
It is boring. Don't get me wrong. It is boring to talk about. But if nobody's talking about it, that's how they get away with it. So it's you know. But where do you raise it? You don't want to be talking about it on a football show like this. People will be signing off. But no, you're talking about people ringing in. I think people would get scared about ringing in or apprehensive or anxiety. But it's just having a conversation on it. You know, it's just like a telephone call. Just
Based on the time, mate. We have the odd ding dong. We do that. Yeah. I think in my knowledge, we've only ever had like 3 people that's not been allowed back on for different reasons, mate. Maybe 4. You know, in all the years we've been doing it.
I think that's a sign of society, though, mate. And that people want to live in echo chambers. They don't want to listen to other people's opinions. And you know, back in the day, if you were in the pub having a conversation, it would have been handled like men, and we live in a society where it's probably not appropriate to say that, but it would have been handled like men. You had to put up with other people's opinions. That's the way the world was. Whereas now, because we're on social media, we're all over the internet, we're doing things through to keyboards, we can say what we want, and if we don't want to hear it, we can, you know, we want to live in an echo chamber, just hear it in echo.
Oh, yeah. Aye. It's all about opinions. People see players differently. People see formations differently. People see what's important, what the cost should be. Everybody sees it different because we're all at different. People are at different levels, different stages of their life. I understand all that. But you know,
I was saying that on the. Go for it. Sorry,
mate. But let's get yourself in mute because we're going to have a tune.
Go for it.
It started down in Flesher's Hall. They didn't even have a bar. Those four lads, they gave us all the Rangers we all love. Ibrox home to you and me. Our blue heaven, you will agree. 50,000 flocked to see the Rangers we all love. The Saturday comes and the Bears will stroll along, shout and cheer and sing our songs. We don't care win, lose or draw. We're the greatest of them all. In this game they call football, it's Rangers we all love. Come on! Rangers fans, the whole world o'er, all the loyal to the core, and support forevermore the Rangers we all love. The Saturday comes and the Bears will stroll along, shout and cheer and sing our songs. We don't care win, lose or draw. We're the greatest of them all. In this game they call football, it's Rangers we all love. Rangers fans, the whole world o'er, all the loyal to the core, and support forevermore the Rangers we all love. Rangers fans, the whole world o'er, all the loyal to the core, and support forevermore the Rangers we all love.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Oh, Fox once is getting singing that at the stadium, mate. It's a popular tune, all but it's quite catchy. You know, you're quite,
that's a
quite
tune.
hard to
That's a
get through
tune.
with the tunes. What you think?
Oh, I think that's a good one. I like that one.
Aye.
I don't like that Ibroxonia one and all that nonsense, but I don't like any Scottish ones. I like that one, but that's a good one. More of that, please.
Aye, it's not a bad number. Catchy. Gary, where do you think the team is? What you think McInnes? What you think the season, mate?
I'm looking forward to seeing them tomorrow night. I'm going to have to watch it in the car because the missus has just informed me that we're going down to see my boy. He's in the Royal Marines band. He's playing his last gig. He's getting posted up to Scotland. So he plays in the Royal Marine band. He's based in Exmouth near Exeter. And he's getting his preference draft up to Scotland. They're based in Rosyth. And he's looking forward to that so he can try and get to some Rangers games and stuff and see my old dad because he doesn't keep in good health either. So, so we're going to help him. Say that again. Aye, come on. Aye, come on. He's 22 now. That was a while back. Come on, but he's
catching up with me.
So he's looking forward to that because they do obviously Armed Forces Day and stuff at Ibrox. So he's looking forward to putting himself forward for that and tickets for troops and all these things that Rangers do, which is they're one of the best clubs in the country for looking after the armed forces. And so you're going to help him pack up and then driving all the way from Exmouth all the way up to Scotland with him. And then we're up for 3 or 4 days as well. So I'm looking forward to that. But no, I'm just looking forward to seeing the team tomorrow night. You know, it's one of them ones. I think it's just the result tomorrow night. Do you know what I mean? We just need to try and get after a good start. And I think McGuinness will be good, mate. I think he knows his football. I'm not going to say he's not technical, but he knows his football. But I think first and foremost, he's a man manager, and it's just about the human side of it. Like, so he should be able to take the nerves out of the players. He should be able to get the players to get stuck in and win the physical side of the game, which I don't think we've done. We spoke about this the other night. I don't think we've come anywhere near that for the last 3-4 years since Gerrard left. I think Gerrard's the last manager that actually, I mean, Barry Ferguson tried to do it, but he was on there hiding to nothing because he was coming in and he didn't have a lot of time with players. But you've got to win the physical battle in Scottish football, and we don't. The foreign managers that come in, and I'll include Russell Martin in that. It's all the technical side, and Scottish football's not that technical. Do you know what I mean? First of all, it's a physical game of football, and you've got to win the physical fight before you earn the right to actually play any sort of tactics or shape or anything like that. It's just, you've got to win the battle, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that pans out.
See them on the night, actually. I mean, look, obviously you want us to be stunning, Albion, you want us to be startling. You want us to come away enthused about the new players. That'd be nice. Don't want to 3 points in it.
That's just it, mate. That's just basically it. 3 points, most important. The rest of it would be nice football, great result, few goals, none against. That'd be all lovely. But realistically, if you want to win leagues, it's winning games. That's all it is. That's all you have to do is keep winning these games. And anyway, does me. But and everyone, I don't know what people are waiting for. We're going to turn into this brilliant team. You're just going to turn into a winning team, and winning teams are not always pretty. And that's a fact of life. You just need to face up to it. So I am with Gary on that one. 3 points, most important, and down the road, and then on to the next game. Simple. It's as simple as that. Game after game after game, and we need to just suck it up as well. We've watched enough dribble over the years to realise that winning games is no quite as pretty and no quite as easy as everybody tries to make it is. But I just want the 3 points tomorrow night, mate. I don't care how to do it. Just get the 3 points.
Are you happy with what's happened so far with the transfer windows, ins and outs, Gary?
Aye. He's brought in, I mean, Andrew Kavanagh spoke at the end of last season. I like the way the guy speaks. I don't think it's all hot air that comes out his mouth. He actually talks a lot of sense. And he said that he backed Danny Rowe, and he said that Danny Rowe is our manager. Obviously, that's no pundit. But I actually think that there was maybe a plan there to move Danny Rowe on, but they wanted to make it out that they're backing him. So it's worked out for everybody. I think they've brought players in who are leaders. They've brought players in who either know Scottish football or are leaders. This young boy for Partizan Belgrade, the Dragon lad. I think Dragovic or whatever it is. I played with I didn't play. I coached a boy once called Dragon, and he had the same sort of similar surname. We called him Dragon. But he's got to be a promising player because Partizan Belgrade they're a spiky outfit. Aye, they're a spiky outfit. And to be given the armband at a club like that at 19-year-old says a lot about that boy. So if he can live up to anywhere near the expectation that I've got for him, we've got a hell of a player there in our hands. And then you've got players like Asgard, mate. He's not kicked a ball really for Rangers. And he'll be like a new signing. So, let's hope he can kick on. I'd like to see him have more belief in his ability because he plays a bit within himself. Although he tries flicks and tricks and he kind of does it, in my opinion, like half-heartedly. Whereas if he had a bit of self-belief, I think he'd be a lot better, a lot stronger. But he's still only 24-year-old. And I always think to myself, my boy's 22, and I always think when I see a player who's 22, I think my boy's still a wee boy. And I think these lads are earning big money. They're playing in front of 50,000 people. They're playing, and they're just boys. And I just think that sometimes we place a lot of expectation on them. But that's what they're paid today, and it's sink or swim.
Albert?
It's true, mate. It's you forget how young they are, and we place all our expectations on them, and then we're really upset when they don't perform. But it's a game of football. At the end of the day, no matter what way you look at it. But the young boys, they might not get paid well at the beginning, but the future looks good. If they apply themselves and put themselves into the games, learn what they're supposed to be learning, and let's not pretend, mate. They've got coaches there as well. They've got people. They've got support all over the place. They've got support. So they should be developing. Maybe quicker, maybe not so quicker. But it's like an all heed in it. You can't put an all heed in young shooters. It's like they've either got it or they've not got it. Between the years, some boys have, some boys haven't. But you want them to do good. It's always good to see a young boy coming through and doing well. That's one of the most enjoyable things about football, professional football, that is. To watch one of the youngins, and you see the talent, you see the boy getting stronger, fitter, more mature, wiser, the experience shows through. It's great, mate. It's great. At the moment, the young boys that we've got are good. The Scottish boys, especially young Curtis, there's a lot of stuff been placed on that boy. There's a lot of expectations put on him. So you're just hoping he comes through, and eventually it all kicks in for him. And he's proved that he's got some ability about him, something about him.
All Bertie on that, right?
Yeah, carry
on.
See
on that, see, honestly, see Curtis, right? I've never seen the boy let us down. Honestly, when he comes on the pitch, he's bright, he's a spark, he picks it up, he tries to make stuff happen, he tries to go by players, he tries to get to the byline, and he'll get shots off, he's scored goals for us. I've never seen that boy let us down. I was a bit gutted when he went on loan because I thought, like, Moore done well for us, right? But I'm thinking, here's a lad came up for England, probably on 40 grand a week, and you've got young Curtis there who's relatively the same age, and I'm thinking, we should be having the faith in our young boys to put, because he's not done anything wrong. But a lot of the time it's like there's that, people are nervous about putting a young boy in.
Take 10 minutes, mate, and go and watch all his performances, mate. I think he's a guy that things happen for in the final third, mate. I think he's got a knack and he likes to shoot. So when you shoot, you'll score. He gives you everything he's got, the young man. But he's also had some poor performances with some of them cameos, mate, when he's come on. I'm not writing him off because I think maybe Sunday was maybe doing the heavy legs when I heard for the manager, and then you piece it together. I think he'll be involved in Friday night, and if he gets his chance and he comes on with 20 minutes to go and he scores a goal, and that transpires if it's a winner or it's just another goal, his stats look good and becomes better and he can grow for it. But I'm not writing him off. But I think I was really glad for his development. He went out on loan. I don't think he'd get very little minutes with this side for us, and he'd have been. I don't even know if he'd have been in the first team squad now. We'd have been looking to put him straight out on loan. I think it's worked for the boy. Wouldn't also surprise me if he maybe goes back out on loan to develop and play football if the manager doesn't think he's going to play a lot of football. And that was the decision that Danny Rowe made. And I'll be honest with you, I think it was the right decision. Albert?
I think it was the right decision that he went out on loan because he wouldn't have got again. He'd have sat in that stand and wasting away up in the stands. But he come back a better player. There's no doubt about that. He come back an international. He come back a goal scoring forward. I don't think, Gary, where he's playing is his position. But that's my problem with the boy at the moment. I don't think he's getting used properly, in my opinion. And I think it would be better if we could find his exact position, which will probably be through the middle. I would imagine it's through the middle, in some capacity, either as a centre forward or as a number 10. But the boy's got something, but he's not shown it now. I don't see it. I don't see him to play, and I don't think he should be shown it now either because he's not got enough experience to be doing what we think he can do. But you're right. He doesn't let you down. There isn't any question in that. He gives you everything. He gives you everything on the park. You can see the boy
Can't
wants
fault
to
his
be on the
attitude.
park. No, you can't. The boy wants to play for Rangers. You see it, which is good to see.
I heard that it was him that chapped on Danny Roll's door and says, "If I'm not going to play, I want to go." Which is a massive plus, because a lot of young lads his age, being at Rangers in and amongst the first team for the first time, wouldn't want to go out to the unknown, because a lot of young lads are scared of that. They're scared. He's went to Kilmarnock and he's done well under a manager who used to be a winger, who would have gave him a lot of coaching, good tips and hints, put him under his wing a wee bit. And I wasn't upset that he went on loan. I just think that when we've got young players, they're going to make mistakes. You have to let them make mistakes. And but when we talk about making mistakes, having a bad game it's a matter of opinion, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like I can put up with that if a player's trying their hardest and they're doing all the dirty work, as we say, and he does that. He puts the yards in, but he might not make the right pass, or he might not make the right decisions, but that'll come, and the only way it's going to come is by playing. But he got that at Kilmarnock. I'm not saying he didn't. So,
but that's the problem, Gary. I've said this before. See the young boys at Rangers, they can't develop at Rangers because we're Rangers. That's the drawback. Signing for Rangers is one thing, but you can't develop at Rangers because other teams you're playing against they're putting 25-30% more effort into playing Rangers. So you're bringing these boys on an atmosphere or a situation where you're going, you're a good player, Watson, but you need to find that extra 25-30% just to match the guy you're playing against, and they're not getting a chance to do that. Southside goes on about it all the time. He's saying the same points that you're saying, that you want them on the park, which is great if we could do it. But you've seen the difference when the boy went to Kilmarnock, because he's playing with Kilmarnock now, and the teams that they're playing, they're not getting that 25% or 30% extra effort into playing Kilmarnock than they do when they're playing Rangers, and that's why these boys can shine down there. And that it's still good experience, and I want them to do it. And see what you're saying is true, that he chapped the door. Good on the boy. Well done, son. I mean, I admire that a lot. I do admire that a lot. That shows a lot of backbone. That shows a willingness to learn, a willingness to try and get better and get into the Rangers first team. He wants to play in the Rangers first team. There's no doubt about that. You can see it in the boy. It's wrote all over the boy. And he's prepared to go and make it happen, rather than sit in the stand thinking, I'm a Rangers player now. That's me. I've made it. Yeah, he's not interested in that, sitting back. He's interested in getting in the team. He wants to play in the team. On merit, by the way, not just because he's a young boy. On merit, he wants in that team.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of that where a player at Rangers, no matter their age, they've got to believe that they can come on and be a positive impact to that team and make stuff happen. And we've signed players that don't believe that. So, and man, I hope he goes on and does well with Anderlecht. But his first game when he came to Rangers, he was full of excitement. He's just come to a new club. He was outstanding that night. Never kicked the ball after it, and I think it's because he was a scared wee boy, and it felt like playing in front of 50,000 fans who were demanding, and he just played within himself. Wasn't prepared to take chances. Wasn't prepared to. Same with Matondo. These boys have got ability, but in a Rangers shirt, not prepared to show it.
He was also unlucky with the circumstances, Ant-Man. You know, when the Russell, I'll say the Russell Martin experiment caught up with Patrick Stewart and the CEO at the time, mate. It just, the whole thing turned into a cluster, and he got injured as well, mate. And look, I've not seen anything for Ant-Man. It shows me that he should be in the Rangers team apart from his first game, mate. Yeah, that's my honest opinion, right? But I'm not saying the guy's a bad football player. He get caught up in these circumstances, then get injured, couldn't get back in, was carrying an hop, took months, and made a couple of appearances near the end of the season when the wheels were starting to come off. You know, funny enough, he started at Parkhead and he started it against Hibs in the run-in in the league. So maybe Rowe seen something in them that none of us seen. And I wish them all. I wish like, all the players. I wish them all the best. And a bit like Southside, I don't follow them to see what happens. But I've no axe to grind. But the circumstances, mate. If you think about our club this time last year, the anger, the frustration, everybody was annoyed, and we hadn't even started the league. We all knew it was coming. Everybody involved, every supporter knew it was coming. Apart from the people that ran the club, it just wasn't a good fix. This year we'll maybe get a good fix, and maybe if Ant-Man had come into the building this year, things could have been so different for him, mate. Yeah.
Aye, no, I agree. It's I don't like when I think it's more probably maybe it's a modern day Rangers fan, younger team, but when players leave the club and go elsewhere, and there's animosity there, and I think, but I was all right at football, right? But I was never near their level to be even close to putting a Rangers strip. So anybody that's worn a Rangers strip, with the exception of a couple of players, have got my admiration and for doing something that I never came close to doing. So I think we need to remember that sometimes, that these guys doesn't mean they're bad football players. They're professionals. They don't support the club. They come in and they try their best, but sometimes their best just mentally isn't good enough, because playing for Rangers is on a different level because of the size of the club and the expectation required. And I wish that expectation wasn't there sometimes, because I think sometimes our fans are some of the worst fans in football in respect to the pressure we put on them players, and it backfires on us. But that's, I mean, you can't change the stature of the club and the history that's there and the foundations that's built there. You walk around inside Ibrox, it's a football museum. That's got to rub off on the players. You walk around there and there's a smell, there's an atmosphere, you can feel it. You walking out that tunnel, walking around that club, the weight of that must be immense on a young boy coming in where money's been spent on them.
But that's when you either embrace it or you shrink, mate, and that's the cojones. And that's when you sign somebody, you don't always know about the size of the cojones of Paul Bearer.
No, that's impossible. You've got to be in the position, unless they're playing with another big club somewhere with something similar, and then they've handled it, they can handle it. But these sort of players are a lot of money. You don't pick these players up easily. So when you're scouting about for even the young stars, I mean, the young boy has come in for Dragovic, or whatever his name is. It says a lot for the boy, as you've already said, that he's actually captained that team. I mean, that's no mean feat at that age. So there's something about this guy. So you're looking at him and doing your due diligence on him and saying, well, if he can do it there's a right good chance he's going to be able to handle playing at Rangers. And for all accounts, he's confident. And you heard him talking. He's a very confident boy. I like that. That's where you should be. Have that swagger, that strut, that bit of arrogance.
Trouble, mate. I was too shy.
Too shy, right? You wouldn't have played with a strip on him and let you away with it. You behave yourself. But anyway, the young boy comes over to me as the right type. But again, he needs to go out in the park and prove it. But Curtis is probably the right type as well. He just needs a bit more experience and a bit more playing and mapping the right position. But it's no easy playing for Rangers. I know that, because it's not just the expectations we put on them. That's one thing. It's the levels that other teams play against us. They're way up there, mate. I mean, I bet you some of these players, when they're playing Dundee United and all the rest of the team, will not believe the standard of football they're playing against. They'll be like, wait a minute. I get told Scotland was all right. It's not a bad league, but not this level, because we've seen it. We've all sat at Ibrox. We've sat and watched Partick Thistle, for example, just for a name. Partick Thistle playing like Real Madrid against us at Ibrox. You're going to look at this. How are they no challenging for a league? How are they no a way up and top of the league and winning Scottish Cups and things like that? It's just Rangers. It's the Rangers effect on them all.
Well, nowadays it's usually Ross County.
Aye, but it's not only us it inspires the team you're playing as well. Say that again, man. I missed that, man.
No, nowadays it's usually Ross County, innit? They're normally the ones that come in absolutely. You're like, wait.
Well, last season it was horrible, mate. I don't think anybody in Scotland.
Aye.
The best football or entertaining
Well,
team
without a
in the
shadow of a
league.
doubt.
Nobody could deny that, mate. Nobody could deny that, yeah. And it shocked
No,
everybody.
But I'm really looking forward to seeing the temperament of this boy for Partizan Belgrade, because that's the atmosphere that they can generate. It's up there, and so I don't think I've got no qualms that he'll be able to handle it. But hopefully I'm right. So
I think he'll be on the bench tomorrow night. That's my tip. Talking about that, Gary, I'm going to put you in the spot. You're Mr. McInnes. You've got to pick your team with who's available at the moment. What's your team? Oof. Get ready, all there.
Pandur and goals.
Oh, well done, mate. Well done.
We'll take a turn. Do you know what? You have put me on the spot, because let me get a bit of paper. Come back to me in 5 minutes.
Right,
Give me 5 minutes to pick my team.
Goals. Pandur and goals. Who you? Albert, back four.
Sterling, Godfrey, Fernandez, Romans.
Gary, any difference?
No, it's pretty solid, isn't it?
Now it starts getting tricky. Right. So how are you setting this team up, Albert?
I think he'll set it up 4-1-4-1.
4-1-4-1, right. So who's your defensive mid?
I think it'll be Big Chukwani.
Chukwani. Who's the two midfielders in front of him?
What do you call them? Devlin and Dan Neil.
Wow. And who's your two wide in the four?
I think it'll be Gassama and Asgard.
Wow. And up top?
What's your mate?
Left it Shank.
I'd leave Shank on it, but he probably no do that, Gary. He probably
He's just announced him as captain. He's going to play him, isn't he?
Aye.
Not necessarily, mate. But listen, there's a reason why Albert gets drug tested after every show, mate.
Imagine the headlines if he leaves out his new captain. I mean, that's no. I mean, even if you don't fancy him, it's not who you would pick.
No, it's not.
He's
I
going
don't
to pick
fancy
him.
him, mate. I just think that's just the thing. I think that's the team I would play, but he'll know the hero. He'll play him.
So you've got your team then, Gary. So he's went a 4-1-4-1. What you setting up?
No, I'm going to go. I think it's not going to be a flat 4-4-2, but it's going to be he's going to play two up front, probably two in midfield and two wide players, but they'll have to tuck in. So he'll play Sterling right back, probably.
Oh, we'll go to the back four. We're all right.
Got Godfrey,
midfield.
Fernandez.
Midfield.
And then
go all that. Come on, mate.
You've got 4 million midfielders, man.
You've got to pick a team, mate. You've only the game
No,
starts shortly.
Referees
yeah,
your team sheet.
Chukwani's are nailed on, because he's going to play the new players, but
Come on, Gary. Midfield.
right, Devlin, Chukwani in midfield. Right. Out wide, Asgard's going to play a part, but I think he'll have like a kind of free role to go where he wants. I think Gassama, maybe. I'll go with Gassama, and I think Shanklin and Chamita. There you go.
I don't see how that team works, mate. With no balance on the right hand side, and if you play the Gassama on the right hand side, you watch them, mate. He usually trips over his lip. Well, it'll be interesting. I don't think he'll be far away with that the numbers, the personnel there, but I'm interested to see how he lines up. And
I think he's going to play two up front, mate, until it goes wrong. Until the system proves him wrong, he'll play two up front.
Mm-hmm. It depends how he plays Shanklin, you know.
Yeah.
Because I can see it being that sort of 4-2-3-1 with Shanklin in front of the midfield. and two wide men, and that could be and that's away for him. I think he could do that quite regularly. Out of position.
We just don't have enough wide men. That's the only thing. Like, you're looking at it and you're thinking, right, where's the width? I mean, he could play narrow, but where's your width coming from naturally? The only wide player we've got now in that team naturally is Gassama. Really.
But remember where you're playing them tomorrow night. Holber.
I hope he doesn't play that system. I hate that system. I think it just doesn't produce enough chances for me, that system. I think it will be a 4-4-2 myself. I think you will go for it. And as Gary says, until it doesn't work, then you have to change it. But again, you need to play the opposition, remember. So you need to adapt to what's happening on the park at any given time. So I think that's what McInnes is good at as well. So we'll see, but I think it will be 4-4-2. I hope it's no 4-2-3-1. I just don't like that system. I'm
not a fan,
mate, for me,
the personnel, we not having the width, mate.
It might be forced in it.
It might be this all of a sudden, this right GB's position, this right wing position. It's a bit of the jigsaw. We've struggled for a wee while now, mate.
But we need 2 or 3 players in them positions, don't we?
But you need one before you get 2 and 3 in, mate. We've not got one, bro. You know.
Well, the boy for Coventry, that boy for Coventry that we're interested in, he that's the position he plays in. He's left-footed, plays on the right side. That's his position. Tierney's the last one.
Tierney. We had that debate, Tierney and Seamer, yeah.
What are you going to say? You're a fan of what? Who are you talking to, Gary?
I'm not a fan of people coming right in the door and getting right in the team, mate, but sometimes it works, mate, because there's no nerves. They just go out and play, you know. It doesn't happen much in modern football now, but it used to. He signed on the Friday and he'd be stripped for 3 o'clock this Saturday. It wasn't uncommon, was it?
No.
I think it's got to do with systems, isn't it?
That takes off an hour to get a sub on now, doesn't it? Takes off an hour, you've got to show you all the bits and pieces. I don't know what they do all week when they've got to show you it. Yeah.
That's not a bit annoys me when they're putting a sub on. It's the fact they're looking for their jersey and their shin guards and their boots and they're not ready. They're sitting there half naked. You're you don't been watching the game or something. You're not supposed to be ready to go to your work. It's stot about and can't go, man. Just keep your strip on. Get ready to ready to play football.
It's what we say to somebody. By the way, you're going on it right back. Pick up the number 7 at the corners. How hard's that, mate?
Exactly. It's what a mincing about, arsing about. It really annoys you, that.
It's overcomplicating it. It's people justifying their wage. That's what it is.
You're probably right. You're probably
honestly,
right.
it's people think they've reinvented football. They haven't. Still the same game.
Albert's got a theory on that, mate. You ought to hear it. See, I've heard it's superb. We couldn't do it on air because straight jackets might be involved. But
it's a rant.
Listen,
it's a rant, mate. It's a rant.
We're moving into the last half hour of the show. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yes. Well, Dragovic has been in for a week, though. You never know, he might be involved. You know, and they might have the set up to play with 4 midfielders. He could maybe play wide to support. I think Devlin will play. I think he's due a start, but it's maybe not 100% because he did mention he had a knock. Hopefully that's just precaution. Hopefully Asgard's really shoulder injury and he can come in and play for us. But where do you actually see his position, Albert, Asgard? Because if you play a 4-4-2, I don't think he's a wide man, mate. That's the problem.
No, he's no. But I think that's where he'll play. But it's no his place. We're kidding ourselves off. To me, I see him as a 10, as a central midfielder. I don't see him as a left half or anything. I think he's a central forward midfielder. He's the last third. You'd want him on the ball in the last third of the park. That's where you want him on the ball. But when you see him getting the ball when you're in your own area and he's starting to mince about with it, you're saying, "Oh no, not the time to do that, son." But if he's up, I mean, that last game, the last friendly there, the turn he done halfway into the West Ham's half, superb, mate, absolutely superb. You can see he's got the talent, so you're going to exploit that talent in the last third, and that's where he is. And he's got a dig. He's definitely got a dig, man. He can shoot. So that's where I see him playing. But he'll not play him there. If he plays 4-4-2, where does he play him? I don't. It's weird, isn't it? It's like the boy for Belgrave. You're going, where is he going to play him? Where's he going to play Dan Neil? We don't quite know where he's going to play him either. We're told he's a hard midfielder, but he's not quite a hard midfielder. He might be a number 8 and all this carry on. Then you're looking at wee Barn and you're looking at wee Cameron as well. Where do they play? If they're going to get a game, where do they play? You're Chikwani, where does he play? I don't know, mate. I can't put my finger on saying any of the midfielders know exactly where they're going to play. Wee Devlin, is a wee go-getter. So he's in there to go and win the ball. That's his whole job. That is his game. Go and win that ball. And he's good at it. I'll give him that. He's good at it. So it's a strange one. But you win the ball, you get the ball. So I'm thinking Chikwani's the same. He wins the ball, he gets the ball. Who do you get to? Dan Neil wins the ball. Who do you get to? That's what I've been saying earlier on. Where's the creativity? Who do you actually give this ball to? No, we just fire it straight up to the forward line and hope we're playing 2 centre forwards and they're going to go on.
And that's
the ball.
that's how.
But McInnes has already said there's only one player that can play that way, and that's Chikwani. Shanklin, Miovski, and Nadiri, they're all goal-getters. They can't create chances for themselves. He's already admitted that.
Interesting. But we'll know tomorrow night. Shot fun to place, and obviously the guys might make their debut. I've a funny feeling some of the new signings might be on the bench, but you never know, Gary. You never know.
No, I don't know. I think that the midfield needs to sort itself out. I think once the window, it's always the same, and once the window closes, that's what managers like, the window closing, because then you know, right, what have I got to play with? Because there's always that chance your sporting director chaps on your door and says, I've got a chance to sign this player, or by the way, a big offer's coming for that player. So, there was talk of Chimiti being sold as well at the start of the window during the World Cup. Somebody comes in with a big offer and he goes, we lose another creative player. And let's be honest, we're a selling club now. We are. If a right offer comes in and it ticks the right boxes, that player will go. So that's where the window being open is a good thing, but also is a bad thing as well. So once it closes and McInnes knows what he's dealing with and what he's got, but I think that final third, mate, it does worry me. We've got goal scorers, but who creates the chances? We've not got any wide players, and we've not got any creativity apart from Asgard, really to open up defences and slide them passes in and put players in. We've no. So in that final third, it does worry me. But as I say, we've still got another month to go. But not only do we have to sign some players, we have to keep a hold of the good ones we've got. The only player I'd be happy to see go, and it's not because he's not a good player, I think he's a brilliant player, but I think he might be a bad apple in the dressing room when things don't go his way or the manager's not performing or whatever, is Raskin, because I think he's maybe been a bad influence in the dressing room.
Oh, that really surprises me, somebody saying that. I'll pass that question on to Albert.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. I've seen it for a long time. He comes out as a bad influence, man. There's something all right there. Ability-wise, when he's on his game, great player. On his game, but he's not on his game enough for me. But I agree with it. And this is the mix we're talking about. This is the team building, the squad building, bringing them all together, making them perform as a team. If you get players like Raskin who just want to do it my way, I'm not going to listen to anything. I mean, one of the Ferguson was there. He had McCann and Dodds in, and it was Dodds that came out and said that we're asking a difficult character to manage. You don't need that. You really don't need that. You've just got to realise you're in a team and you pull together as a team. There isn't any real individuals in a team as such, but egos are egos, and he likes to be the king of the castle. That's why it comes out to me, mate. I don't know. I've never spoke to the guy, never met the guy. You don't know. You can't read the guy's character watching him on the pitch in a game or watching him in the telly or just listening to the occasional interview. But for all accounts and whispers and God knows what, there seems to be something terribly wrong in the dressing room. And then you heard what Dodd said. There's been a couple of Clement as well, found them difficult to manage as well. So, nah, we can't do it, mate. It's just, if that's the case, and I think it is the case, I'm with Gary on that one. He needs to go, mate. It's as simple as that. He has to go. And then the time is right for him to go.
Aye, exactly.
His stock will never be higher than what it is at the moment. Never.
No, and especially for us, for his age and how long he's got left in his contract.
In the World Cup, he's done well at the World Cup. Done well at the World Cup. Yes. Their quarter final started next to, he's prime, and they're saying nobody's bid for him. I think there'll be 3 or 4 that are just waiting for that first. They don't want to be the first one to throw their cards on the table. So there's still another month open. The problem will be he's got to turn up to his work. He won't want to be there. McInnes won't want him there. He's in and around the first team. Does he train with the first team? Players are talking to each other after training. It's a horrible situation to be in, because he's had a good World Cup. He'll probably want to move on to the Premier League or a top 5 league. And McInnes won't want him hanging about, but you're just wanting bids to come in from now so you can start that ball rolling where you can start to drive up the price. Because I think for at the right place and the right situation and the right manager and the right club, he'll fit. But I can imagine him, like Albert saying, I can imagine him standing on the pitch in front of the whole squad, questioning a manager or a coach on why they're doing certain things. Players shouldn't be doing that, but that's the modern football player. But I think Raskin is the epiphany of that. I think he's almost certainly doing that.
Well, we'll see. I think I'll not be surprised to any is if he moves on, and hopefully it's a good deal for us particularly. And if he wants to go, I'm happy for him to move on, because I don't want anybody there, as I keep saying, but it doesn't want to be there. And I do agree with Gary. I don't think his stock will be higher. I think it makes perfect sense for both parties, mate. And it's time to move on and put that will nearly a lot of the era put to bed quite quickly, because there'll be so many people disappeared that were playing with the club last season. Albert, I don't know if you heard the show last night. Did you hear it?
No.
I read out a team for last year against Bruges. Do you want me to read it out to cheer you up?
I'd go for it.
Let me just get it again, mate. Because it really frightened me, when I read this. Gary will surprise you. I don't know if you heard this last year, but let me see. There we go. Games played. Right, let me just get this up here. Let me just. Right, this was away in Bruges. Here was a team: Butland, Aaron, Suter, De Giga, Magoma, Cameron, Rothwell, Asgard, Antmal, Danilo, and Gassama. Which chance did we have?
Who was that against?
Bruges.
Bruges.
That was a scudding. That was a scudding.
Aye.
That's just a recipe for disaster, that team, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, Butland's gone. Aaron's is gone. Suter's gone. The Jiga's away in loan back. So is Magoma. Cameron, I think, will leave the club. Wolfrill's gone. Asgard's gone. Asgard's still with us, sorry. Ant-Man's away. Danilo's away again. And what happened to Gasman? That team's just not there anymore. Yeah, so everybody's seen. I don't know what that guy was trying to do, mate. We could see. Don't know who was trying
And
to.
Raskin was on the bench that night, wasn't he? He was on the bench.
The subs that
Moon
come
that
on
night,
were the subs that come on were Tav, Diamande, Raskin, Curtis, and Barron, mate. Yeah.
That was the night McCoy said we just looked like a team of wee boys.
Aye. And we were. I think he was trying to prove a point. He'd lost the plot again. You know, but there you go. Yeah. But we digress, and I mentioned it last night. So we have came a long way. And you consider it's only 1.5 transfer windows. I think we're in a better place than we were this time last year. Do I think it's perfect? No, I don't, Gary. Do I think we're better place? Yes, I do.
Yeah, I think we signed. We went through a period, especially under the old guard before Kavanagh came in. But Kavanagh's, he made the mistake of appointing the wrong people, especially Thetwell and the other joker, and appointing Russell Martin, right? So that early, but he done the right thing in getting rid of them and sweeping them out the door, gone. But we're signing far too many players who were project players. What I like now is we're signing a couple of project players like this young boy for Partizan Belgrade, project player, 20-year-old. But for me, he's already proven it at a decent level because he's captain Partizan Belgrade. I remember back in the 90s, man, they were a decent outfit. They still are now, but they're not, because of the way football is now and money, and you don't think they're a decent team. But I'll tell you now, if we drew Partizan Belgrade tomorrow in Europe in a knockout tie to get through, I would not be looking forward to that away game, because that is an intimidating place to go. And he captained that team at 20-year-old. So he's a project player, but he's got a bit of proven background. Whereas when you're bringing players in who are young and they've not played at a decent level, they've not done any sort of anything to take notice of, you kind of think, well, if they don't, I always joke, if they don't come out of Rangers and score a hat-trick and fart thunder, the Irish crowd are going to be on their back within 10 minutes. People have made their mind up before they've even kicked the ball. Just the way they warm up and the way they look and the way they, it's right. Like this worries me with this young boy coming in for the MLS. He's South African lad. If he makes one single mistake in his first game, people have wrote him off. Done. So he's got to be spotless for the start, or else people have got a black mark against his name. And it's like, I don't want it to be like that, but that's the way it is.
Pressure, expectations. I think we're, and if you think back, I mentioned a couple of players, Dejiga and Magoma. They'd hardly played very little football. They came into us and we were throwing them into the games, and they didn't show up well at the start, but let's be honest, the two of them showed as the season went on they weren't bad football players, all better. So, but you can't have too many of them, eh?
No, you can't, mate. It's a case of balance, isn't it? It's just balance. Every team knows that. But I don't know. The experiment went completely haywire. Utterly haywire. He thought he could turn players into something that we knew they weren't. That's the players that were here before the signings. And then you look at that defence. Would you have any one of them? The Jager turned into a decent player. Magoma was still a long way to go in his career. But the rest of them, would you have any of them in your defence if you get a free hand? No. Butland, no. I mean, he's a nice guy, but a crap goalkeeper. I know people say, he's not a bad goal. He's crap. He's totally crap. Some of the goals that guy was losing was ridiculous, mate. Absolutely ridiculous. An amateur keeper would be embarrassed to lose some of the goals he was losing. And then you've got Arns at playing it right back. I mean, come on. I don't know. I thought that boy was going to be a good defender. He was too wee for a start, but I thought he was going to be a good defender on the ground. Nah, just no go at it. Totally no go at it. Big Suter hit his height maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. We kept saying siege defender, not bad siege defender. And that was the defence. That was our defence. It was like the European night.
It's worse looking at midfield, mate. Rothwell,
I know.
yeah. Lyle Cameron playing at that level, let's be honest, we know the boy's got a good attitude and he's not the worst football player, but I don't think he's at the standard we're looking for. And I don't want to be disrespectful to the boy. Maybe with words. So that was it. And then we throw in Asgard, who was, wow.
Aye. Hiding, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But that was it.
So
Ant-Man, there we
moved
said, he's away.
Aye.
Remember the boy? Remember the boy in Salah as well? And when he came to Rangers, he hadn't kicked a ball professionally in his whole life. Never played professional football. Only youth football at AC Milan. And he came to Rangers and was playing first team football in front of 50,000 people. You imagine how frightening that must have been. And the boy wasn't ready.
Aye, and that's the trouble if you get it wrong, mate. You can break people that are you might lose you've lost that. They might never recover for it if you get it wrong, and that's the cruelness of the game, mate. That's the cruelness of the game.
Ox, an absolute prime example of that, right, is you have to remember back to how good he was when he came through and how promising he was Leon King. Leon King was a great football player, very, very young boy, 18, and he was doing all right at Rangers in his cameo appearances coming in. He was doing all right. We played him, right? He came on for Goldson when he got injured against Liverpool 1-1, right? And we got beat 7-1, and that young boy was playing in defence, and he should never be on that pitch. And because of the recruitment that we had, right, and I know it's not to do with the British players or the Scottish players in the squad and all that, but he should never be on that pitch. And he took a hammering that night, and he was never the same player again.
Anyway, we've been joined by our good mate, Denver Bear, who's cracked his teams. How are we doing, Denver?
We only had the Rangers over here. I finally worked it out. After a full season when I never got to talk to you all last season, I've made a breakthrough.
Close to me having to take a trip out to Denver just to sort it out, mate.
I was going to pay your business class flight there, Ox, to get you out here to help me.
How you doing, brother? How you keeping first and foremost? How's the family?
Aye, the family's doing well. My missus got the all clear in the cancer thing. My boy's now working as a teaching kids horse riding, disabled kids. So he's working on a big course on that. So we're doing well. We're all doing well out here.
Oh, right.
It's nice.
But the last time we heard about your boy, he was in primary school. That's how long it took you to crack that code to get in here.
I know, man. I know. I was out buying him his school uniform the last time I talked to you.
That's right.
So what do you make of what's happening with our club, mate? Go on, Denver.
I'm in an odd place here, Ox. I saw my first Rangers game in 1960, and I'm down as much as I could be at the moment. I can't get myself up for the season. The way we've ended the last couple of seasons, it makes me hard to get up for it. But I'll be there. I'll be watching it tomorrow, 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in Denver. I'll be tuned in the RTV thing. Got myself a big a telly, not quite as big as Bridges' telly, but there you go. But
listen,
it's going to take.
If you're struggling to get up for it, Denver, you could take a blue pill for that for the game tomorrow night, mate. Yeah,
right. Well, you're the man. You can apply me then. How's that?
Yes, so you can get up for the game tomorrow night. A big blue pill.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure when the game starts, mate, you'll be up for it.
That's it. I watched the two friendly games, and I wasn't happy with the St Etienne game, but I was more happy with the West Ham game. They showed a bit of improvement there, So hopefully we get together. As you said earlier on, we're putting leaders in the team, and that's what we needed. We had too many lily-livered guys. It was awful watching that towards the end of last season, man. It was god awful. Even if you forget about the cheating and all the conspiracy stuff that went on. But the Rangers, they just hang you out to dry every season, But,
let's be honest.
What's that, bro?
We shot ourselves in the foot. We never done it. We can't blame anybody but ourselves.
That's right. That's it. You know, all that 5 games to go, 5 cup finals and all that stuff. Listen to all that nonsense, you know, and then the way I've ended the season and all that. I mean, it was just a disaster, total disaster. I'm glad, you know, I'm not that sold on Wee McInnes, you know, because he's been 19 years and only won 1 trophy. But you know, I'll be behind him 100%. Ox, you know that with me, you know. I'll be every player. I'm still trying to get PTSD last year. Russell F. and Martin. My missus said, thank God he's big. I was going to end up in the Heart Ward. Telling you.
Well, see if you'd have been over here and you'd have been in the Heart Ward when he was a manager, there'd be 1 or 2 beside you, Albert.
And I'd have been one of them, mate. I'd have been one of them. Aye. It was a disaster, mate. It was a disaster from start to finish, you know what I mean? But we go ourselves into our frenzy. We all thought we were going to do it. After that crazy start we done the first quarter of the season, we decided to start putting a bit of effort into the games and getting some results. But the last 6 games of that season, that was shocking, mate. That was just absolutely disgraceful. I knew it. See them when they came out after their Spanish trip, and it was a Motherwell at Ibrox. I knew right away. They just walked out that tunnel and it was party mode, mate. They were just in party mode. And I'm saying to myself, I was saying to the guys sitting next to me, I went, do these clowns think they've won this game before they've even kicked a ball? And that's exactly the way it panned out, mate. And it was just and from then on in, it just went straight downhill. But we've nobody to blame but ourselves for that one, mate. There was no referee caused anything with that. It was just us. We were crap. Absolutely crap. And you're right, mate. It was hard to watch.
Oh, my God.
Great to have you back, Denver. It's easy, isn't it?
You know, it's easy for you to say it's easy, but, you know, come on. You know, I was turned 70 last week or 2 weeks ago. I'm not the brightest boy in the block, you know. My boy's not here to help us. Aye. You know, and I don't know how many times I spoke to your lovely secretary there last season, and he kept saying, I'll get you sorted. Saying, oh my God. It was like unbelievable.
At the start of the season, he'd have heard Denver. By the time he was finished with you, he's not got hair in his head now.
Well, we're a match set now, Ox, that's for sure.
Any plans to come over, Denver?
Aye, I'm looking at, you know, I'm trying to figure out maybe do a three game trip, you know, if we get like, you know, we're coming up 3 games at Ibrox coming up soon. You know, I think we've got 2 league games and a European game. So I'm hoping to do that, Ox, maybe later in the season, you know. So that's my plan at the moment.
All right, just keep us informed, mate, yeah?
You got it, brother, and we'd like to meet up with you, you know, again, you know, and see all the old faces and all that, you know. So, how's everybody doing?
Huh?
Oh, aye. How's Rudy and all them? Have you heard for Rudy and all them? Blast for the past.
Rudy got a job, mate. It took him away travelling with what he does, passion, mate, which is music. So, no heard for Rudy for a while, mate. But, aye, so he got a job, and it was he had to commit to it. It was either all or nothing, and it was him and his wife's passion. So he done it. So we've not heard from Rudy. We miss Rudy. What a man.
Aye, if you ever get to talk to him, tell him the Denver Bear says hello, and Boswell as well. How about Boswell? You hear from him?
I've not heard from Boswell for a while. I think the last time we heard from Boswell, and I'm going to say this, I think it was, well, I might be wrong when I say this, I think it might have been the day we won the league, mate. Yeah, that's right, how long ago it was. Yeah, time goes by so quickly, mate, yeah. You know, and people come and go, you know, and sometimes you hear good news, sometimes you hear bad news, mate, yeah.
That's right, aye. Well, hopefully he's doing all right, and if you ever hear from him, tell him the Denver Bear says hello.
Yes, I'm sure if they're listening, mate, they'll hear you shouting out. Right, I'm going to let you have the last word, Denver. So great to hear from you, mate, and don't be a stranger. Yeah.
Well, I can I just click on this in future? Is that right? Can I just click on this to get back on, or do I need to go through the secretary again?
Well, that'll take you into that. If you click on the same call again, that'll take you in. But just do what you've done, and you'll get there. Yeah.
I have no idea what I did.
Call.
Just phone the number again, and we'll send you the link, Paul.
and then you
Thanks,
go.
thanks for the like. You doing all right? Foxy, aye?
There you
Doing
go.
all right, mate?
Aye,
There you
taking
go.
over, pal. Taking over.
All right, good. All right, guys. Right, well, anyway,
made
all
my
the
night.
best to Rangers. Aye,
You've
all
made
the
my
best
night,
to
Denver.
Rangers. Aye, thanks, Ox. Aye, it's made my night, the very fact I managed to press the right button. It's most not like me. Yeah. All right,
Last
Albert,
word,
all the
Denver.
best. Yeah. And take care and all the best to the Glasgow Rangers for 26-27. Take care, guys. All the best.
Well
Cheers,
done.
Denver.
See you later, Denver.
Bye.
Wow.
Bye, Albert.
That
Cheers,
was
mate.
made my night. Gary, last word, bro.
No, I just hope we do well tomorrow night. Yeah, looking forward to watching the game, watching the Rangers, and we'll just hope we get the win. Let's be honest. Get the win, clean sheet, play well. That's my three stipulations. That's what I'd like to see.
I'm not as greedy as you. I just want us to win, mate, and move on. Move on. You know, but good to hear from you, Gary. Thanks very much for taking the time, mate.
No worries. No, it's always a pleasure ringing in. Thanks very much, and thanks for doing what you do,
Yes,
Ox. I think it goes. You know, you were saying earlier about how much hard work it is. I don't doubt it, mate. And thanks for keeping the airwaves open and letting us all ring up and have a say. And anybody out there listening, if you're thinking that, other people will be thinking that. So ring up and have your say.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, bud. Aye, good to be on the night. Nice to hear from Cal, Gary, and Denver Bear. Well done, Denver. I think he needs to get some sort of award for that. By the way, he's persevered at that for over a year now, and he's managed to do it. So well done to him. Welcome back to civilization, mate. Aye, good show, mate. Good show. Enjoyed that. He liked the callers. It's good to get some callers in, and just the word out to everybody else. Call in. You'll enjoy it. You're made to feel welcome, and your point's always valid. There's never any invalid points. Get your
Waste
opinion
of the
over.
time, mate.
Aye,
Waste of the
good
time.
waste
We
of
have
the
our red
time.
moments.
Aye.
Yeah.
Of course we do. But you're allowed to get your opinion over. So phone in, please. But good show, mate. Well done to Fox and Old School Blue as well, mate.
Cheers, mate. And as I said, Denver's made my night, but it's also great to hear from Gary and Carl. We've been about the show for a long, long time. Thanks to your good self, Albert, for doing the show. Shout out to Portbear. Hope everything's all right. Shout out also once again to Fox and Old School Blue for doing the technical in the background. Rangers Radio will be back for the first pre-match of the league campaign at 7 o'clock tomorrow night as we build up to a victory away at Tannadice. Thanks for listening. Take it away, Old School Blue.